The 2011 Arab International Festival in Dearborn is coming to an end. I've been here all 3 days, and for the most part things have gone very well. You always have hot-headed people doing things, but for the most part it's been much better than the past 2 years, and I would attribute most of that to maybe some of the lawsuits that have happened that have made people step in and say, hey, we have to protect people's rights. And also the Wayne County Police, who are doing the police work here, have done a much better job than Dearborn Police. They've been protecting people's rights instead of trampling on them. But there is one concern I've had that's actually outside the festival, having again to do with Dearborn Police Department. I talked to Pastor George Saig and a team of his that tried to distribute materials outside the large mosque in Dearborn, and they were stopped and were not permitted on public property to distribute materials to Muslims. And I had interviews with several of the people who were on his team.
Yes, this last Friday, June 17, we were trying to reach out to the Muslims here in this Islamic center. We want to come and be in the sidewalk to give Bible messages, gospel material to the Muslims. And as we are just about arriving, we arrived to this parking lot next door from the mosque. We parked our cars here, 2 cars, and they asked us, some people from the property here, they asked us to leave, and we moved our cars just down the street. We came back. We want to be in the sidewalk.
You tried to go to a mosque yesterday?
Yes, we did.
And what were you doing at the mosque? Yelling at people, screaming at people, holding up signs saying you're all burning in hell, something like that?
No, actually we just arrived there, and we had started to pull out our materials that we were going to pass out, gospel materials. We were there to share the love of Christ, and we were told that we had to move across the street.
On Friday we went to the mosque, and we went way ahead of time to just try to set up somewhere where we wouldn't be in anybody's way, and it'd be legal and everything. And
we have all the right, absolutely all the right, to be right in front of their gate. Outside, right in front of their gate, we have absolutely all the right, but we chose to be a little bit far, but even that they did not want us to do.
So I was at least about 200 to 300 feet away from the mosque.
Police officers came and they say that we cannot be here. We have, first they ask us to go across the street in this area here.
And so then you're told to move across the street. You moved across the street, and after that they wouldn't even let you move across the street? I mean, they wouldn't let you stay across the street to hand out materials?
Exactly. Right after we move our materials across the street, when the police arrived, we were already moving our materials, and then they told us that to get our stuff and leave.
After the phone call, he said, now I can order you guys, if you don't have a permit, you must leave. You cannot be here or cross the street. He wants us to leave completely from the area.
And we couldn't be on the easement with the grass. We couldn't be anywhere. We didn't do anything. And we kept saying, why can't we stand here? We're on the public grass part.
We went there and we stood there and we just tried to distribute our material, and the police came. He forced us to leave, which is, I think it's unlawful, it's unconstitutional.
And he said, well, and then he called somebody, and then he came back and said it was that we needed a permit to do that.
So you weren't even on any private property, and you were not allowed to distribute materials on public property?
That's right. Yeah, we were across the street from the Christian church, and we had not yet even started passing out materials.
So did did you need a permit or something like that?
Yes, they said that we need a permit, and there were like 2 cars that drove by, and they asked for the materials, and they were giving materials, but they even rolled down their windows, and they asked for the materials. They wanted it.
So you're on public property, and people are asking for the materials, and Dearborn police come up to you and tell you you cannot do this without a permit.
That's right. And then I told them that the Constitution of the United States grants us freedom of speech, press, and religion. And I told them that I feel that you're violating my rights. And they still didn't care, and they told us to leave.
Why? We have to stop doing it around the mosque. there is certain rules affecting just the mosque only, and I just want to know.
They effectively closed us down.
We are here to fight for our legal. We are American citizens. This is our country. We are stand firm to get it right way.
This is a violation of my freedom of speech and my team, that we have all the right. This is the United States of America. I born and grew up in Sudan. I'm expecting these things to happen in my country there, but praise God for the United States. I have absolutely all the right to be here. I don't need a permit to practice my freedom of speech, to share the gospel.
And is it part of your religion, your religious beliefs, to share your beliefs with other people?
Yes, we are told to go to all nations and proclaim the gospel, and that's what we were doing, sharing the love of Christ.
And Dearborn police actively stopped you from doing that?
Yes, they did. Yes.
And what I find ironic about all of this is they were told they had to have a permit to share their beliefs or share their speech in that area, but when someone like Terry Jones was actually asked for a permit, applied for a permit, he was thrown in jail. So you can't speak there without a permit, but there's no way we're giving you a permit. Welcome to Dearborn.
Dearborn Police Department is really a big issue. We really cannot be silent anymore. I want you to ask, if you are watching this video, I want you to ask yourself, why the police department, the Dearborn Police Department, why the Dearborn Police Department protecting this Islamic center? Why they are not allowing people to approach this mosque? What about this mosque making the police officers so curious and so afraid or so concerned about anyone to come and offend them? I pray that as a citizen, as a good citizen of this country, as a Christian, do your job, do a research, write to your congresspeople, do something about it. Please don't be silent, because your kids and your grandkids gonna pay the price if we did not stand up and fight for our freedom. Thank you so much.